Well, we're back at it. Leafs are back, game 19 versus the Montreal Canadiens. And the Leafs have changed their lineup a bit. So Bogosian, he's back in after having a rest. Lettinen's out. And Hyman is back. I thought he was going to be day-to-day with that injury. It looked like it was like a swollen foot. He's back in because, of course, it's Zach Hyman. Nick Batan, he's out. Right away in this game, the Leafs' big line starts off strong. Then Montreal answers with Anderson getting a great chance. Good burst of speed around Hull. The Leafs then answer back again with JT springing Nylander in. Nylander, he has some jump now after scoring last game, getting his pointless streak out of the way. He uses his body nice to block the oncoming stick. He pulls it across around the defender, around Price, but Price follows him all the way, gives him absolutely no room to tuck it in between the legs or go around him. Great breakout there by the Leafs, great burst of speed, but Carey Price, I tell you. Then Price with a point-blank save on Travis Boyd. Then Freddie has to make a big-time save on Anderson. Then Freddie stops Tatar right after on a breakaway. Oh, wow, it was quick, it was nice, it was scary as a Leafs fan, but, it's entertaining every time Leafs and Montreal play, I guess except for that one game. But really, it's been entertaining. Then Bogosian, he's off to the sin bin. First power play goes to Montreal with a hook on Tatar with around 5:45 left in the first period. And then basically what's happens here is Armia gets robbed off a beautiful feed by Drouin. This was the second great passing play by Drouin this period. First one was to Anderson in front of the net. Then the second one was on the power play to Armia. He also had a nice little toe drag move earlier on in the game where he lost control, and Anderson was right there at the side of the net, could have slotted it in, but he just missed it. Drouin looked good early on in the game. To be fair, he looked pretty good throughout the game, actually. Something Montreal needs. They said in the broadcast they wanted to shoot more. Yeah, he chose to pass quite a bit there, but he looked better. Freddie was on it today for him, and Freddie was on early this game and throughout the game. He saw a ton of high chance rubber this first period. Then, with 1:30 left, and it's Price's turn to shine. Mikheyev gets the puck in. He's in there deep, and with sleek mitts, he goes forehand, backhand, but Price reads it and just reaches out with a tremendous save. He closes off the bottom of the net with his arm and his glove. Beautiful. Then, following that third line, who make a heck of a shift. Honestly, they were all over them. This shift on the third line, by the way, it was Hyman, Mikheyev, and Engvall. That was the third line. They kept Nylander, Spires, and Kerfoot together. But their hard effort, their hard work led to a power play. And all I wrote down was pure effort by the Leafs third line. On the power play, Leafs can't get much going, but with 14 seconds to go, Sherratt, delay of game, tries to clear it. It's unfortunate. 5-on-3 for 1:19. But what was it? It was like a scrum off the draw. Tavares tried to win the draw back. Habs get it. They send it down to end the first period. 0-0. Then Leafs with 1:05 left in the 5-on-3 to begin the second period. Overall, I would say Montreal got the best of the Leafs in the first, but they had a rough end to the first period. And that leads right into it. So again, Leafs, 1:05 left in the 5-on-3 to begin the second. And guess who scores at 18:55 of the second? With 1 second left on the two-man advantage. That's right, Auston Matthews scores a one-timer from Marner and Riley. 1-0 Leafs. The streak continues. Then, still on the power play, boom, goal. Travis Boyd. It's Jeff Petrie. He can't clear it all the way down the ice. He goes for the clapper, goes slap shot it straight down the ice. It hits Matthews just outside the blue line. He waits for the team to clear, and he comes in, feeds the puck over to Joe Thornton, and he's all by himself. And so is Travis Boyd. And Thornton just sends it to a streaking Boyd. Tap in goal, NHL 21 style. Leafs are up 2-0. The Canadiens blew the zone there. They couldn't recover. It was great. 2-0. Then right after, the Leafs just give one back as they don't read the ice and they leave Kotkaniemi open in the neutral zone. Thomas Tatar finds him and he's off to the races on a breakaway, and he goes high glove, or no, he went high blocker and scores. Beautiful shot. I don't know what the Leafs D were doing there. And this, after Price makes some good saves with the Habs on their heels too, the Leafs had them. They had them. But this is how the game went, and it didn't stop. Leafs once again lose their position as they're stagnant at the blue line, and Boyd turns it over. Paul Byron makes them pay. He's off again. Oh, another breakaway. He goes to his backhand, goes high glove on this lovely backhand deke. It's 2-2, faster than it was 2-0 the Leafs, and we have a game. And then, because this game just can't slow down, Matthews breaks it in. He absorbs a hit and makes sure the puck just gets to the magician, Mitch Marner. And Mitch Marner cuts into the middle. He does a little pump, holds, fires low glove on Price. Sneaky display there. Quick backhand, forehand release. Price wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for that release. I think he thought he was going to go backhand, forehand, and hold it a little bit longer, but Mitch just quickly got it off. Such poise, such precision. And it's 3-2 Leafs at 12:29 of the second. And again, all I can think of is just imagine these two teams in a 7-game series. It's a hockey fan's dream. Following this, Freddie then keeps the lead with 2 spectacular plays. The first one is on Tyler Toffoli after he makes Nylander do a drive-by. Little like he's going outside, it's on his forehand, and he brings it over to his backhand. It was lovely. Nylander misses the puck, misses the player, just drives right on through. And Anderson makes a nice low right pad save. And then Evans on a 2-on-1. Freddie slides across and pulls an, oh, look what I have. Just a beautiful save. It was much needed. Following those big saves, Mete trips Mikheyev. People thought, I guess the broadcasters anyway, they thought that Mikheyev was just cut back and fell, but you could tell like the blade got under. And that sends the Leafs back to the power play. And you don't want to do that because guess who? Yes, you are correct. Matthews again. This time it's from the left side. He receives the puck and he snipes low blocker just over the pad, just under the blocker. 4-2 Leafs. This kid is phenomenal. It's his third 2-goal game in his last 4 games. And, oh, what does that make it? 18 goals in 18 games. Wow. Then the onslaught continues on the goalies because Montreal answers straight back. Hyman blocks a shot, and he is off to the room following it. It's the same foot that was hurt before. But following the play, obviously Montreal puts it in. They put the loose puck in. However, quickly I thought, okay, Anderson did look like he moved into the net. And on replay, it showed Kotkaniemi pushed the pad in. Kind of like what happened with Thornton before, though the puck was loose here behind Anderson. However, the contact with the pad ended up pushing the puck over the line. So my first thought, no goal. Then the refs called it a goal. And I saw Dubas, he even did like the stick, like movement that they pushed the pad. I was like, the Leafs have to challenge this. They have to. I don't know what the heck the refs were seeing. And the Leafs do. And what's it called? It says there is contact with the pad. Successful challenge, no goal. Claude Julien is losing his mind. He's upset, and he should be because the refs called it a goal, but it was contact. They couldn't have ruled it in. So it's confusing for him. I get why he's upset. The refs should just have called it a no goal to begin with, but the right call was made in the end. Confusing all around, but again, the right call was made. Still 4-2. Also, of note, Zach Hyman is a Terminator because following all of this, he skates back to the ice, or skates back onto the bench, and he just has some more ankle, like the blocker supports. He has more ankle supports, skate supports. He's fine. He just needed, a quick little change, some new armor. What an absolute beast. Doesn't miss a shift. And That wild second period ends 4-2. And we go on to the third. It's been what a ride so far, the first two periods. All I could think of was I want these two teams to meet in a 7-game series, and I'd love to see these two teams in an outdoor game. I know the Lake Tahoe thing, that was a whole clustered link, but hey, they made it work in the end. But I can just think, like, imagine these two teams. Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it. So on to the third. Let's quickly sum it up because this review, reaction, recap, whatever you want to call it, it's getting quite long. I'm blabbering on. So third period, and Montreal's pressing. They're pressuring the Leafs. They're trying to cut the lead. They're trying to get back into it. And they push for it. But with around 6:30 left, it bit them in the ass because they send 4 in deep, and the Leafs get it. And they make a nice outlet pass to Tavares. Tavares with like a little deflection tip breakout onto Spezza's stick, and he is off with Kerfoot on a 2-on-1. Now a bit lucky here, but Spezza holds the puck and drags. Jeff Petrie does recover after he dives and gets a stick on it, but the puck's momentum goes right to Kerfoot. It's a wide open net. It's past Carey Price. Ponts the loose puck in the open net. It's 5-2. Unfortunate for the Canadiens and Jeff Petrie, but as a Leafs fan, I'll take it. Sometimes you got to be lucky. Sure, why not? 5-2. Then with 1:26 to go, Toffoli does make the game respectable. It makes it's a nice backhand goal, to be honest, where he goes forehand, he goes to his backhand, he roofs it. Good goal, but that's as close as they get. The Leafs take it 5-3 and are now 14-3-2 for 30 points in 19 games this year. Their losses. Lost once to Montreal in regulation. They lost to Ottawa in regulation. They lost to Edmonton regulation. Then, of course, they lost to the Sens after that 6-5 debacle. And they lost to Edmonton in overtime. 14-3-2. Well done, Leafs. Matthews has a point streak, I believe, at 16 games now. And he also has 18 goals in 18 games. Remember, he missed one of the Leafs games. I think it might have just been like soreness or whatever. Just, body management, I would call it. 18 goals in 18 games this season. Plus, the kid has 11 assists for 29 points. Said it last time, and I'm going to keep saying it, just like Joe Thornton. He might be up for the MVP. He might be up for the Selke. There is the Rocket Richard, obviously. There's tons of options for Auston Matthews this year. But let's not forget about Mitch Marner. He also has 30 points. The Magician has been magnificent. This team looks good. So the next game, the Leafs, they're playing the Calgary Flames. Bring it on, Matthew Tkachuk. Go, Leafs, go.